Alright, welcome back. The old Stirge trivia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. Yes, Entropy University Ocho. That's right. Alright, I'm going to do a little something different. There have been, got some questions today about how I operate. I thought that was kind of an interesting deal because I was just playing and chatting with some folks in various planet chats, and what did I get? The question is, how do you actually create the content that you create? And well, it's a bit tricky because you could say, well, hell, all I do is just capture everything, and to a certain extent, I do capture a lot of what I do, but moreover, I think what I actually do is I try to capture the moments, right? There's no way to do that because you just have to hit record and go. Because if you try to like stop and then zoom in and zoom out all the time, well, it doesn't work. I mean, you're so rarely going to be capture an actually good moment, like a global or some cool scene. Something beautiful like this, or like the thumbnail, hey, Marco Polo, welcome, good to see you. Yeah, I think that's the thing about creating content, and so, the thing about the best way to create content is honestly just to record. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna hit it, and see if everything's looking good. Oh, we got a little, let's see. Let me know, Marco Polo, if I'm skipping frames, we can fix that. Ooh, we got a mermoth coming at me. Get him shot down. Let me do a couple of quick checks just to make sure everything looks good. We are at least streaming. That's the important part. That's where things need to happen. Alright, let's check one other thing. Oh, I know what I forgot. And that was to notify everyone on ye old Discord that we are live on YouTube. Well, like I've said in the past, the whole plan here is to, if it's Entropy Universe, it's going to be streamed on YouTube. It's not going to be streamed on Twitch, sadly. But that's just the way it goes. Let's get this announced. Now on YouTube. There we go. Cool. Good. Alright, that's announced. For anybody who's not on the Discord, you can certainly find that the link to the Discord actually in the header here on YouTube. So here's the plan. So here's the plan. We're going to actually teleport. We're going to shoot a bunch of merp. Because one of the next video I need to make is actually, I want to demonstrate, well, it's going to be the last video of the beginner's guide, crafting beginner's guide. And the only way to do that is to show where I go to get the things that I need, and then to say, okay, so this is what I'm doing. Because when you're creating content, a lot of the time, it's so edited. There's so much edited stuff going on. And I edit everything down so that it's concise, so that you're not watching a 45-minute video of me just going, talking. I want you to be able to see where I am, what I'm doing, but the highlights of it, not the lowlights, the grindy aspect, because as we all know, this game is so grindy. So I've already repaired my weapon for this. I just need to buy some ammunition. We're going to run it until my my Syncadus runs out. So we're going to grab weapon cells. Yes, good. Nice, excellent. You were way ahead of me. I lost 50 ped today in mining. It's been a really bad day. Doesn't matter. There's always a way to make it up, but good. I'm glad, Marco Polo, I'm glad to hear that you are saving. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm just going to buy... This is way more ammunition than I need for what I'm about to do. There's no need for this much. But I'm just going to get it anyway. Well, let's see. The game is frozen at the moment, so let's give it a second. It does this early on. When you first log in, it's teleporter lag is really what it is. Alright, let's pause for a moment. There it is. Looks like it's going to give me my ammunition. Alright, let's do this. See, yeah, it's lagging because I'm trying to drag this and it's not letting me drag. I got 2 ped here. Let's get rid of this for the moment. So then we can look at not my universal ammo. Yeah, I don't want to use my universal ammo for this particular adventure. Because that doesn't do much for us. Okay, I do like this song. Alright, and then I'm going to pause for just a second to talk about content creation. I love doing this, you know? It's like you get this nice scene. Let me pause for a second, grab a drink, and we'll get back to this. Alright, here we go. I got my little... Got some something to drink. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to do. So, like I said, when I talk about content creation, like that scene there, like when I get really used to this, so... And I've gotten really good at it, too. Is this little button up here. You see toggle interface visibility, which is just the HUD display. And I click that sucker all the time so that I can capture cool stuff, the zoom in, the zoom out. But I want it to be fun. I don't want it to be... If you want to see my HUD display, and I know I get these comments all the time. People are like, damn it, Stirge, you never show us where you are. Well, I will show you where I am. I'm at Orthos West Mound. You just barely see the teleporter there. Orthos West Mound. This is a bit north of the Orthos Oil Field, which is north of Camp Icarus. And I am here on Calypso. People say, I don't want to know about your noob stuff. Which is fine. That's all right. A lot of times the noob stuff is really actually the more interesting than the high level stuff. All right, so here's what we're doing. We're just going to shoot merp until we run out of ammo. And we're using the Z12 Barbarella here with the Syncatus, which if you don't know what that is, let's just take a quick look. Z12 is perfect for what we're doing here. Everything was totally repaired before I started this. There are 3 weapon accuracy enhancers on it. The only reason they're on there is simply so that I can... see, it won't show the enhancers anymore. Let's detach the Syncatus. This comes with the gold pack, I believe. This sucker's real nice. I love this thing. Let's just take a look at the weapon. Here we go. Barbarella. And then the ZX Syncatus. Fits the Z12 Barbarella really, really well. and that's why we're using it. This is going to make short work of all of the all these merp. Maybe it isn't as fast as some other weapons, but it doesn't really matter to me. I'm not here to be like the Uber, you know, when it comes to hunting. I'm looking for something very, very specific in the loot. And that's actually what I want to talk about. Because the next video, the last of the Beginner's Crafting Guide series, is going to be about using the stones you find on the ground, and hopefully we'll find some ground items here. You know what I should have done, and I'm going to go back and do it right now, even though these guys are paying out really well right now. It's got a loot pill, so that I don't have to click on them. So we're going to do that. Let's go. We're here at Orthos. Let's run in, grab a loot pill, pop our loot pill, and then get back to the game. Loot collection pill. 50 pack. Boom. It's kind of dark. Alright, let's get back in there and start shooting some merp. Anyway, merp are one of the best mobs to hunt if you want basic stone extractors, and that's exactly what I want. I have some advanced stone extractors, but I just don't want to. I don't want to start using all of my like Rutal or Truton to craft for the last video. Even though I think that's a perfectly viable way to do it. What we're looking for specifically is in the loot to get basic stone extractors, and merp drop a lot of them. About every, I'll probably get at least 50 for this run. Hopefully we'll get 50 for this run. Last run I got 70. Felt like that was a little high, but that doesn't mean anything. You never can tell what you're going to get. These are an uncommon drop for the merps, especially this is all merp young. And merp young aren't the only ones that drop them, but they drop them a little bit more than, I would say, like the old or the mature. And plus, we're not going to we're just not going to go through as much ammo. It's a much faster kill. We're going to be able to get a lot more loot from these merp. And I hate merp, by the way. I mean, so I'm happy to be out here shooting the hell out of merp because they are really, really, really awful. They aggro super easy, and well, they're just annoying. And they just spawn. You never know. You'll be out, you know, running around shooting Kabibo, not a merp in sight, and then boom, there's a merp on you. And they hit hard. Interestingly, yeah, look at that, 8.7. Bastard. So you do have to be prepared to heal every once in a while. Well, I'm only using my adjusted Muska. So, and you may be hearing the fireworks going off in the background. They did just start. It is 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to everyone. Even if you're not from the United States, you know, we're just celebrating our independence today. That's all we're doing. 30 pack. There we go. So, what we're looking for, we don't have any yet, is the basic stone extractor. Nope, not yet. Also, I want to shoot these kind of far away so I'm not getting hit as often. I don't need the armor decay. I don't need the, you know, all that garbage. Like, see, like if he hits me once, I'm okay with that. But not sitting there with like 40 of them on me. They're just beating the daylights out of me. Plus, also, I want to find some ground items. That's sort of what spurred some of this. See, these guys are paying out really well. You consider it's about 1.14 peck per shot. So if I get 10 peck out of one of these, I'm doing about 6 to 7 shots per. Get about 10 peck. Usually right on the money. Now let's stop. We'll heal every once in a while. Not doing a lot of healing, but so the idea, that's the overall idea here is all the behind the scenes things that you have to do to make any kind of good content. You really actually just have to go out and play the damn game. And that's makes perfect sense, right? I mean, I can't just go out and get globals every time. Just by, oh, I'm going to go get a global. Let me show you. No, it has to be realistic. But that's the edited part of it. Look at these guys are actually paying pretty well. We're getting a bunch of greater than 15 peck merp. So that's a pretty good hunt. That won't last, but for the moment we'll take what we can get. We're just not getting... We're not getting any stone extractors. Actually, yeah, I'm hoping we can jump in and get something here. Oop, is that something on the ground? No, it was just a dark spot. Also, something else that happens, I think is really... See, that was a shitty one. Is really interesting, is the type of weapon you use will often dictate the type of loot you get. So if you're using a grindhouse sleaze with a really horrible efficiency of like 15%, well, that will change the loot composition. Remember, there's DPP versus efficiency. So, so efficiency is DPP is loot composition. Via. No, there's no. I don't have a mission going. I'm just doing it because I know merp drop a lot. So there we go. That was what I could call Via comes on in, and we get our first basic stone extractor. So Via, what I'm actually going after is that merp drop a lot of basic stone extractors, and so for the last beginner's crafting guide mission, I want to show which mobs drop basic stone extractors the most. And specifically for low level, if you're a low level crafter, you're probably a low level hunter too. But merp, specifically young merp, drop these, let's see, let's take a quick, the basic stone extractor, they drop them as an uncommon drop. So then we just got a bunch more, we just got 3 more. So at a peck a piece, this is pretty good. We got 5 so far, so we're in the little wave right now, and we're just going to burn down the Synchedus, and then we'll repair it. So we started with a full Synchedus and a full Barbarella, and I don't anticipate, making pet on this, but I really wanted to show what I'm doing and how I get going on making content. Because I think it's a lot of times the behind the scenes stuff is really, it's sort of a mystery, and people call you and they say, hey, how is it that you're always getting globals? Well, I'm just editing it so you see that stuff, not actually getting a lot of globals. In fact, I haven't had a global in several months, so about 3 months, I think. It's been pretty dry. Lost 50 ped today mining. Yeah, a couple of really, really, really bad runs. That's alright. I recorded all of it, and I gotta delete it all because it's just taking up space on my hard drive. So hopefully this doesn't get too janky. There we go. Merpalicious. Little Merpalicious. But we want to see, it'll take about 32 ped of ammo, and we should get about 50 basic stone extractors. I need a couple hundred is what I need for the last video, and I only have about 70, maybe 80 right now, so I need a couple hundred. So this is going to take a couple of days for me to work on. Probably be next week, and once I am able to put this together. Oh, sneaky merp. Oh, you didn't die. I thought you died. Why don't you die? Can't tell with a merp. Anyway, that's the whole, that's the plan. The mining stuff, I think you've seen enough of that. Live streams on Twitch, and now a couple here on, yeah, see, 14 pack, that'll work. Live streams on Twitch, live streams on YouTube. You get the idea of how I create that kind of content. And there's, I think it's grindy, That's the thing about this game, is it's pretty grindy. If you're not wholly prepared for the, Entropia grind. Well, I've noticed, a lot of people playing Star Citizen lately because there's this anticipation that Star Citizen is going to have a really big update coming, and that's a game that's been around for 10 plus years, and yeah, it's just, there we go, basic stone extractor. A lot of people throw a lot of time into it, and 2.3 PED, a little bit better there. 245 is what that turned out to be. But yeah, Star Citizen's coming out with some big updates, so I think that's going to be an interesting deal. But I think about this game, once we get, there's 44 PEC, so we're in the right spot right now. I think those big updates really draw in a lot of people to the game again, and I think that's when the content creators really think about how great it must be to be a video game developer and have people make videos of your content for free, especially if it's reasonably good content. I think Star Citizen looks like a pretty cool game. Everyone says don't buy in, but everyone says that about Entropia too, so I don't say that, but I always say there's a little caution. Can be, there's a couple more stone extractors, so we're in the right place at the right time. A little better than the last round out here, but let's see, how many do we have? We got 8. I think that's what developers don't do enough of, is encourage these kinds of, it's not just live streaming, but just actually making videos about their content. I think that's free advertising, Yeah, this is pretty boring. I mean, yeah, this is the grindy part of video content creation, is you gotta go out and you have to shoot a bunch of stuff or mine, or, and it isn't all globals. Hell. Yes, it's true. Getting your animal looter profession up is really good. Skill pills are great. And when you're really low level and you're first just starting out, you gotta push those skill gains as much as you can. Later in the game, the hard part is getting a skill gain that's like still 0.1 or 0.2 or 0.3. You have to hunt much larger mobs, which means you're burning more ped to get that skill gain, and it kind of sucks, Yeah, it is true. Yep, harvesting trees. It's interesting. You think about all these the crossover between skills, and harvesting trees is one of the best ways to do it. Why do you think I have the PH3? I mean, there was an update a long time ago, which was the farming update, and all these people needed all this wood, and I had just started harvesting trees, and actually there are harvestable trees all around me here, so I invested 75 ped and got myself a Terratech PH3, and this thing still has pretty good markup. I think I paid 20-ish percent markup, like 27 or something. So it's held its value really well, but it paid for itself because of that farming update. It paid for itself within a month. That's how much ped I was making off all of the various boards, specifically long moonleaf boards. But yeah, but the skill gains, oh man. So I'm a pretty low-level hunter, like 34, 35 laser sniper. Doesn't matter. I have good looter skills, and so I tend to hold out. I tend to get pretty good loot. Well, you'll see it early on. If you go and harvest trees, you'll see early on. Man, you get a lot of skills, and it just blows up. And they compound because most of those skills cross over into other, professions. So skills and professions are different things, but when they cross over, oh man, you really... And harvesting trees is just one of them, you know? Just one of those things where you just get all kinds of crossover. I love it. Yeah, it's the... it's one of the fastest things to... You know, like if you're mentoring, that's one of the things that mentors, I think now, are doing really well, is saying, hey, you know, to my mentee, you need to be out harvesting trees. And you may not be getting huge returns on those. Maybe you're getting 85% returns, but the skill gains are awesome. Now my Terratech is... Yeah, it has like 4 peck on it, so it takes 10 peck to 10 peck per pull per click. So, but the Terratech PH3 will harvest all trees, current trees in the game, small, large, and huge. So 1s, 2s, and 3s. Worthy investment. Maximum value. What is the maximum value? 30 ped. But it's a winner. It really it changed the game for me. And then I went to Rocktropia and I made Bonzo Slim Jims for the longest time. And I made... Wow, I must be 1,000 ped in about 6 months selling Bonzo Slim Jims years ago. Didn't ever make videos about it because that was actually my thing. I was one of the few people making Bonzo Slim Jims, like, and regularly selling them on the auction house in Rocktropia. So it was those were good. Terratech and Bonzo Slim Jims sort of made my game for me so long ago. But yeah, you are correct, Marco Polo. That is the thing. Definitely do. Even if all you can do is harvest level 1, level 2 trees. But I would say use, like the level 1 trees, you can get the Terratech from the trade terminal, I think still. And that's fine, because what you're looking for is... You want to just get the skills the most until you can afford to buy a Terratech. Yeah, the PH3 is the best one. The PH4 is not worth it. It just harvests faster, and I suppose if you're really harvesting, you have a lot of huge trees to harvest, which is rare, then the Terratech 4 would be really good, but the Terratech 3 is perfect. It harvests all the trees. Every once in a while you'll get a huge tree and get 1 click out of it. That's it. And that's fine. You have to be prepared for that. I don't think the PH4, unless you crafted it or got it for a really, really good deal, I think the markup is too high on the PH4. Given how fast, how many clicks it takes, you know. See, these are actually still producing pretty well. Yes, the unlimited one, which is the one I have. Yeah, so this is the best Terratech in my opinion. This PH3 Unlimited is the way to go. So it would cost you 30, if it was a full TT value, it would cost you 54, 55 ped. It's not that bad. Price-wise, that's not bad. I think I paid 72 or 73 ped for mine. And let me remind you, I paid it off. So if you went to, say, Toulon, and on Toulon you were like, oh hey, I'm just gonna play here on Toulon, and you know where to find all the huge trees. By the way, they're random, but if you're really good at harvesting trees, you'll get a lot. And you can sell those for like 300+% markup. So you can pay it off basically playing the game. So, and there are lots of other things you can do. Basic butt joints, and then the basic butt joints to make the neon signs, or to get the neon sign blueprints, so on and so forth, like I said in the last video. I think it's a very viable way to do this. There you go. This is the way it's done. Content creation is just grinding. It's so sad, isn't it? And then I edit all of this crap out. Oh, there we go. There's a 2-padder. Nice. Another 2-pad jabby. That's great. Way better than the last run. I got 1 2-pad merp out of the last run. All I can hear through the headphones is the thunder of fireworks. They'll be done in about 12 minutes. Okay, there's another 2-pad one right there. 3.66. Nice. This is good. Considering I lost 50 ped earlier today. Gotta make some of that back. Doesn't mean I'm gonna make it back. Heck no. And we're not getting any more, we're still holding on to those 8 basic stone extractors. I'm definitely not going to do that tonight to show you that content, but I do want you to see where they all come from, and what that video is going to be about. We haven't found any ground items yet either, and I've been kind of watching. Not really heavy, but oftentimes I find, too, when I'm hunting, certain things happen too long. Because you're using the, because the basic butt joint is used for so many things on Toulon, you're better off just going to a place where the market is really good. There's a lot more competition too, so you have to be prepared for the level of competition for trees, harvesting of trees on Toulon. It's pretty heavy. And if you are, there we go, basic stone extractors. I do want to make the point. I think a lot of times loot is location specific. Remember earlier we were right here and we were getting basic stone extractors, and then we moved over the hill and we stopped getting them. So, and now I'm back down here and we're getting them again. So, but I would say Toulon, you really need to take the time and understand the locations for the trees and explore a lot, because there are many, many, many hidden trees, and those hidden trees are the hidden harvestable trees, and those are the ones that are going to give you. You go and you harvest them for like a small, and come back later, 2-3 hours later, whatever, and it's a huge, and nobody's going to know it's there but you. So it's something I do a lot on Toulon. I have a lot of really, really, really special locations. They're pretty hidden, and they tend to be surrounded by mobs. So nice. That's really good. Yeah. That's what I use Codex for, Evader, because Codex is so good. Plus, yeah, let's look at Codex for merp. Let's see, do we have anything that's good? We should have one that's a reward here, don't we? There we go. Forgot Shoggoth. I gotta claim my reward for these guys. What I want here is courage, because I want hit points. So, where are we? Merps. What we'll do is we'll track merp as we go. I don't even know what my evader is anymore. What is it? Is that attributes? Or is that defense? Evade. I don't know. I don't know what that is. We gotta go here. Level 14 evader. Not bad. I just use Codex for that. And merp. Oh, we gotta get a bunch. We're at 10. Like I said, I think he'd be at about 50. But I need to have several hundred before I do the video, so that way we can look at it through the lens of not just like 100 clicks, but 500 or 1,000 clicks, because those are where crafting starts to turn viable. It's really a statistics thing. I mean, that's the whole game, is statistics over tens of thousands of die merp, tens of thousands of mobs you kill. You know, you start to break more and more and more and more even, right? So to speak, 95%. So that's the same thing goes for crafting. The same thing goes for mining. You know, makeup, whatever it is that you're doing, taming. There's another nice one. 37 peck. Alright, let's see here. 11 peck. That's right about where it needs to be. 12 to 15 peck per merp. And covers sort of all the bases. Decay, ammo burn, armor decay. Yeah, so these guys are okay. These 5-6 peck, not ped, peck. Well, we have 3 2+ ped, or 2 2+, and ped, and a 3 ped one. Threshold's 5 ped for a little global on these guys, but I'm not anticipating one of those 5 peds. There we go. All right, 4 peck. Let's go back to where we know we get these. There are a couple locations where I know you get the basic stone extractor. That's what I want. Basic stone extractors. But we're not doing very well so far. We only got 10. We started off really well, and then we're getting the double shrap across the board, though. That's really good. I love to see those double shrap drops. Yeah, see, they haven't respawned in this area, so it doesn't do us a whole lot of good if there's nothing to shoot. Alright. It was an old thing, Suns Out, Guns Out used to say. He's like, the further you drag a mob away from its spawn location, the better the loot. But oftentimes, if you drag a mob like into an area where a particular thing drops, you find that something drops, like in this particular instance, we're going to draw this little merp right into the place where basic stone extractors have been dropping, right? So if the I didn't get one. If the thing holds true, oh well, then you should be able to get a drop, right? All right, let's see. Let's drag this little guy over here. Come on, merp. Come over here. I need a basic stone extractor from you. Why you carry them, I have no idea, but I need one from you. To prove the point. Doesn't prove the point. Nothing. That was worth a few shots. Maybe they're along the beach. Not too worried about the loot pill either. At 50 pack. Doesn't matter. We started with 41 ped in ammo. And full value CX Synchronous and the Barbarella. So we can easily calculate where if we came out ahead. But this is looking good. The merp challenge is coming up quick. Yeah, there's no merp out here. Interesting. We've exhausted the merp population. We culled the herd. Alright, well, let's go to the next place where I know the merp do drop. Stone extractors. You know, and that may not be real. It may just be my experience is that there are certain places where I get a lot of basic stone extractors. Maybe that's just a vision inside my head. Let's see how much we have here. We have... So we've gone through 20 ped, and we only have 10 basic stone extractors. So we need some really good... love here from the merp. Merp are not known for being loving, so that's probably not going to happen. But we're going to try anyway. Let's see here. Nope, that was still a good one. Better than what we've had for a little while. Got to keep your wits about you too on freaking merp, but they will sneak up on you. They do not care. They make a lot of noise too. Their default noise is really annoying. There's a nice one. Good. We're getting back into the better loot return. That's why it's always good to move around. Get a couple more 1 or 2 ped. Well, actually we need like 2 5 ped merps to really turn this into a good run. We also need basic stone extractors. No, we're not getting them. Damn it. Snotty merp. They sneak up on you. Bite you in the ass. Come on. Let's get some stone extractors out of these guys. We need them. Nope, not there. Guys are sneaking behind the mountain. Alright, let's go to our other spot. It's actually over on this hill. But we're not getting there anytime soon. Not fast. We need stone extractors, baby. Shrap? Oh, we're getting sub-shrap. Damn it. Whenever you start to get these sub-pack shrap, that can be an indicator this is going to go... This is not going to be a good run. That'll help, but it doesn't help that much. Yeah, as long as you're getting whole number peck, usually means good things. Good return. I got a bunch of them on me, damn it. And we can always switch weapons, but I don't want to... Like, we can switch... I don't have anything on that. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, let's try the Sahara. The Sahara Mark II, the MK2. Let's see here if that does anything a little It's about the same, a tiny bit better damage per peck. We got our ass kicked with that little group.
Check out this verbo. Look at me. You're
Okay, but it has really terrible range. So let's see if we can get it to... What is this? Compared to... It's just slightly better than the Barbarella. But look at that, see? Changes the loop. It's a huge effect on the loop. Apparently I can't click on that guy. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. That's one of those other old school tricks, is that switch weapons every once in a while. Basic stone extractor. So that helped change the loot composition. There you go. Efficiency versus DPP, right? What is the difference between these two? Very, very similar damage per peck, but efficiency is very different. So 3 points of efficiency difference. Oh, we lost Marco Polo. Darn it. Well, logged out. That's alright. You can always watch the video later. Because this is the grindy. This is the grindy part that sucks about Entropy Universe. I think there's just watching people hunt gets kind of boring. Even when you know what you're doing, what you're going for very specifically, yeah, it just sucks, you know? Oh, great. They're just out there grinding. Yeah, just grinding. And that got us one. Let's go back and look at the content here. So we got about 3 more basic stone extractors out of that. Well, it helped loot composition a tiny bit, but I don't think that much. Not enough to. I mean, its loot return's good. It's holding. Yeah. Make you merp run for it. We need loot. We need those stone extractors. We're just not getting them. That is frustrating. Let's go back to the Barbarella. It seems to be the better weapon for stone extractors, but switching up, like a lot of times I'll switch between a knife. Nothing there, so let's try this. Do that. We'll shoot him a couple of times with that weapon, and we're going to switch to the Buchan's Blade and see if that does, how that changes things for us a little bit. Because Buchan's is, what's efficiency on this sucker? It's not great. Yeah, 55%. You know, so how does that change loot composition? I don't know. I mean, that's efficiency, right? So, Scotty, what's up? How you doing, man? We're crossing time zones here. Aren't you normally, isn't it, I don't know what time it is in Australia, but good to see you, man. What's happening?
Grammarly makes communication at work one click simpler.
Just doing a little,
Whether you're looking for a new job or you love the one you have,
just do a little
Grammarly
farming
can help you communicate
for the next
with
video. Just grabbing stuff. There we go, basic stone extractor. That's what we're looking for.
Grammarly
It's
can
exactly
help
what we're out
you
here
message
for.
so it reads loud and clear. We can even check the tone of your emails.
We got all the, if you hear all kinds of crazy stuff going on in the background, it's just the fireworks. It's 4th of July here. United States, we're just doing our independence thing. We have to blow stuff up, apparently. That's what we do. I guess it's appropriate song. Gonna burn it down. There we go. Well, we're not getting more. I wish I knew which weapon gave the best and the most amount of 2:30 in the afternoon. Got it. Cool. Yeah, I wish I knew which weapon gave the most basic stone extractors. You get a lot of them, but I need like 500, so... Oh, no, I don't... No, I'm doing this as sort of the tutorial for how to get basic stone extractors to use for crafting. And that you can hunt low-level mobs and get a lot of basic stone extractors. And so all that crap you find on the ground, you know, all the brukite, all the nissit, and so forth, the basic stones, not rutol, not trutin, the basic stone extractor is really, really good for low-level crafters because they can create the basic textures. So I was kind of hoping to put that together for sort of the last video in the beginner's crafting guide series. And I wanted to show that the mob that you can hunt at low level generally is merp, and they drop a reasonable amount of basic stone extractors. And that was really the plan here. But, of course, because I'm trying to do it, Murphy's Law has... yes, it's... it's always good to show where you get things, because I think people, in this game, oh, God, it took me 2 years just to learn where a lot of the stuff was. And then, of course, it changes, and loot composition changes, and whatever weapon you're using, I was just talking about that earlier, as the DPP versus efficiency, concept is just which weapon is going to produce the most basic stone extractors. So, like the Sahara, or whatever, it's the MK2, it does seems to do pretty well, about as well as the Barbarella. Not better, lower efficiency, similar DPP. Yeah, well, that's what happens. Yeah, not there either. And see, we're starting to get sub-pec. Yeah, once you start getting sub-pec loot, that's when you know the hunt is turning south. Because I got, what, three of these so far that are greater than 2 ped. 3 merp that are greater than 2 ped. So that's pretty good. That doesn't return everything, but it's not a bad hunt. 17, 25, 26, 27. Yeah, we're about 37 ped of the 41 that I started with. So it's not a horrible hunt. So that's not bad. But we need those basic stone extractors to produce enough for the next video. Of course, I guess this technically is the next video, right? That's why I want to record live stream stuff, so that there's a VOD when I can't, get to the editing platform. As you well know, Scotty, editing takes forever. And you want to do it good. You want it to look good, but it's so hard to do because it takes time. It takes a lot of time to edit video. To get out all the ums, the ahs, the breathing, the fireworks in the background, which the fireworks have ended, so that's probably just as well. Yeah, they're probably at the level of the music, so it would be hard to die merp. Yeah, but no weapon. I think the Barbarella does the best. So far, it's been my experience that the Z12 Barbarella. There we go. Merp challenge increase. Nice. What's the reward here? I think I want... Yeah, I want combat reflexes. Okay. I think the Z12 Barbarella. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so this is for the last video. So the last... it's sort of a preview, but the last video is going to be about crafting using the stuff that you get for free, because that's what free-to-play players and the new players can do. But it's useful. I think there's always that discussion, and I haven't watched your new video. I saw it about not going to do another free-to-play video. I gotta watch that. So apologies, I haven't watched it yet. I was doing laundry today. I was doing a lot of laundry and cleaning and that kind of stuff, but I'm gonna get to it. Off the cuff style. Yeah, right? But that's good. Because people want both. They want that content, you know. And I love your off the cuff stuff. It's fun. You know. But you're a good content creator, and it's important because it makes it accessible. You make it accessible. You don't talk down to anybody. You're like, hey, fuck it, this is the way I play it. You don't have to play it this way. This is the way I play it. But you give good advice, and I think that's important. People know that they can come to your channel and say, oh, heck, I'm going to get something that's of value, you know, and I'm not going to throw my pet away. Because I think that all of the old stuff was just so awful. It's just everybody said, just go shoot this until you make enough money. Like, well, okay. That doesn't tell me anything about what weapon to use or what armor I should be wearing. And I think the crafting stuff, man, there was no information on crafting. It was just watching, like, Henry Baby Oxide, you know, craft EP1, or I'm sorry, EP4. You know, that's not. Yeah, that's not interesting. Got to create something that people want to watch. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, right? And then how do you say it in a different way? That's gonna be better. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely. I do need to watch your. Need to watch that one. It's in the queue. Those are the things I wanted to watch today. But I had to go be an American and have a burger. That's what. Yeah, right. The old school stuff, and that's the thing. Pig Bennis really was the first content creator for Entropy Universe where he actually said something, gave you the details, right? And he's a hell of a content creator. If you go and watch his ghost or listen to his ghost stories, he's really, really good at that. But he got bored of this because creating content for this game was just not going nowhere. And he was frustrated with it. I can't blame the guy. He was the first one to amass 1,000+ subscribers for Entropy Universe. And he still has more than 1,000, you know? I still rewatch his videos. Of course, I still think his name is hilarious, but... yeah, Pig Bennis, I'm glad that he didn't delete that content. It really means a lot, I think, when I say things. When I talk about Pig Bennis, and people are like, who's that? And I just link to his channel. He gave people who are just starting out in the game something to look forward to. You know, and he didn't make a... Yeah, his narrations were great. He dumbed it down, but he didn't make you feel like you were an idiot. You know? And he's a hell of a storyteller. And I've listened to his ghost stories. They're really good. And that's the reason that channel is really taking off for him. It's something he loves to do anyway. I think, though, he and his wife had a baby several years ago. Probably 6-7 years ago. And really, you know, he needed to spend more time doing what he wanted to do, going to work and then taking care of the family. And I admire the guy. And Entropia wasn't there. There was nothing for the Entropy Universe for him. He still plays, though. I see him. He'll jump in on, like, Bunker 3 stream, or if Strash streams, he'll jump in there. But I'll see globals from him every once in a while. He's always on Pemhedro Island. If you ever watch, he's always over here. Which one is it? This is not Inyo. It's Pemfredo probably. Yeah, that's where he's always mining. So he's nailing, and he's always getting Hoffs and globals over there. So his skill level is definitely far, far beyond mine. Man, this is getting a little rough. Last round, I really did well. We only have 16. And we haven't had any ground finds either, so yeah, he's super solid. I'm still trying to get good at mining. You know? I mean, today was just brutal. Lost 50 ped on 2 mining runs. And that's it. And I only do 50 ped mining runs at a time. I rarely do 100 ped. I'll run 50. I'll see how it's going. If it's really bad, I'll be like, yeah, nope, not going to mine anymore. It's probably the algorithm getting back at me because I flew over to Rocktropia. I took Rocktropia for a lot of ped. For 50 ped. So, and no globals. It was just standard mining, getting markup, sold a bunch of alternative at 120 some odd % markup. So I was doing good over there. Plus all the free oil and the free kegs, which I saved. Because those kegs are worth a lot. They're like 180% markup right now. Used to be 200, the Motorhead kegs. It used to be like 200% markup. But they don't sell on Rocktropia because everybody can go get them for free. They sell on Calypso. So if you ever need, you know, to risk flying with those things, you can get. Okay, this sucks. We gotta go back. This is terrible loot. It's getting worse. We're almost out of ped. Let's see, so we started with 41, 21, 31. Yeah. I think mining should be quit where you're ahead. I mean, I think just quit when you're there. And what is ahead? I mean, I don't 10 ped. So whenever you have a bad day, like a 50 ped loss like I did today, oh, well, fine. So you lost 50 ped, but you made 50 ped the last few times for mine, so. But this is taking me a lot longer than normal. Oh, there we go, 68 peck. A little better. Yeah, we were in the bad zone. All the merp up on the hill over here. They were the 2 and 3 ped merp. Let's go find them. And I'm going to end the... there we go. See? Basic stone extractors. That's what we were looking for. I'm going to end the old hunt once... Ooh, I don't even know how much is on the Syncadus anymore. Once the Syncadus runs out, I'm just going to head back and then maybe do some mining. We've only been on for about an hour. I don't want to make this too laborious. People don't like grindy. Grindy sucks. Because this game is such a grind. But if we can get a few more... get a few more of the basic stone extractors, I think we'll be fine. And there's a couple right there's 3. See? Ask and ye shall receive. But I only have 80 of them. So I need enough to... I need about 500 between now and next weekend. So I can actually put that video together and say, hey, this is what it looks like for a good run. And 500 clicks on a blueprint like that, it's great. Oh, interesting. So I do the opposite. Whenever I find a stack, I don't mine there because I can't say that I get a lot of hits. So what has your luck been? Do you get a lot of hits when you find a stack? You find a ground item and you're like, boom, dropping a probe. You know, what's your hit rate on that? That would be interesting to see. In fact, that's probably a good video to make. Because I've found my hit rate is really, really, really low. If I drop right next to where I got a ground find, I would say my hit rate is about, like, over thousands of ped is probably 10%. It's very rare for me to hit. Yeah, we're getting near the end here. I better heal it up. Interesting. I don't have that luck. Huh. I did this long before I was, so like a year before I started doing YouTube stuff. On the Entropia Partners forum, I did a whole like series of posts showing, you know, ground items, like ground finds, and oh, there we go. There's one, Brukite, 22. Speak of the devil. Yeah, so I did that. I did this whole series on it, and I realized after that I should probably, you know, like do YouTube videos, because it was well received on the Entropia Partners forum, but I mean I only reached like 40 people. There we go. Now we're getting a little bit better. Let's get some juice out of this because we're almost out of ammo too. There's 20 pack. Hopefully we can get it. Yep. The little devils. Yeah, actually, been going through with the society mates. We've been talking about where you get Rutol, and you know, I made the one video about, you know, fruits, rocks, and dung. And what's interesting about it was I only found Rutol on sand. Well, since that time, now I find Rutol on grass, you know, anywhere, on the road, which is so strange, because I have a lot of Rutol. I have like 600 Rutol, like scattered around the planets. So, and it's only been on sand that I've ever found. And I think that may be, actually, it's because of the only time I see it. Because if there's high contrast, right? So this looks like sandy, right? So you're going to see a black rock on the ground, where a white rock, like Truton or something like that, Soper or whatever. Yeah, you're not going to see it in certain areas. All right, we're almost there. Running out of shots. Not bad though. Well, we got a little boost on the merp. It's good. But we only walked away with 22. The last one was easy 50. So I was hoping we'd get a lot more basic stone extractors. Considering how, I mean, they're cheap, right? I mean, I don't even think they have really good markup, like 140 maybe? Yeah, 149. So, and I thought about and I may end up doing that. I probably will end up buying a bunch. If I can't muster them. But you know, whenever you get like a global on one of these crappy little guys, and you get one or two of these, and then you get a lot of animal oil. Well, right now, I think, well, if you're looking at ancient Greece shares, they're doing well, even though they've come down. So those 2 PEC payouts, you know, were like 2-3 months ago. But we got one, you know, we got a really good 2 PEC payout from ancient Greece shares. And I still think those are the most accessible shares to most people. I think Next Island's probably one of the best places to play right now. Because Toulon and Next Island, I think, are 2 of the best places to play. Accessibility for things like, well, I mean, we can look at them. You know, ancient Greece versus Crystal Palace shares. And I got lucky. I bought the Crystal Palace shares, you know, at the initial offering. Ancient Greece shares I bought late, which I'm not mad about. I still got them, you know, at the base value. I think they're worth more, but I don't know what they're coming in at now. Let's take a look. Yeah, they're still 10 pet a piece, so they're considering that they actually pay, they still pay let's take this guy out with Buchan's Blade. They still pay greater than 2 or greater than 1 peck per share every once in a while. They should be worth more than 10 ped. Yeah, I would love to create more content about Toulon, but I just don't. I need to be on Calypso a lot to sell things. So the only way I can actually continue to play the game without depositing, and I use Entropia partners to keep me in the game without putting real world dollars in. The only way I can do that is to come back to Calypso. So it's frustrating. It's a very frustrating part of the Calypso. You can just sell everything quickly. You know the market. Toulon, you can sell things, and Next Island's getting better. The auction house there is getting much better. It's taking time, but it's getting better. More and more people I see, even a lot of people who were content creators for like Cyrene and so forth. A lot of people are just like, what the heck with Cyrene? I don't mean any offense to Cyrene. I'm just, these folks they weren't making it there, and Cyrene is getting there. Cyrene is my adopted home planet, because I think when Cyrene finally gets to where their development team gets to where Next Island and Toulon is, I agree. I wish it was Universal as well. Once Cyrene gets their dev team to the level of the Virtual Sense group and the Next Island group, then yeah, Cyrene's going to be just hot. But they still have some serious bugs, still. And they don't have player support, which I think is too bad. They're still... Oh, well. All right. So all we lost was just decay. Wow, that's not a bad run. I didn't anticipate that happening. I started with 41 ped. Huh? Doesn't happen very often for me. My hunts are usually 80% return, so that's nice. That's a nice little treat there. Plus, we got what we were looking for. Nice. Yeah, I think the Cyrene's got really good potential. I still want to I want to make videos about Cyrene, but other than, I think it has some of the best beginner content. Like if you're a super noob, I say you go through Thule, and then you go through the beginner stuff on Cyrene. Then you go to Arcadia. You go to Arcadia. You get your what am I trying to say here? You got to get your hoverpod, right? I think this is the best vehicle in the game, just for new players, because it's amphibious. I think you get this. You pay your 10,000 sweat. You get your Arcadian passport. And then you go through the beginner missions there. Get all the stuff from Arcadia. Come to Calypso. Go through all of the Calypso stuff. Get your CDF armor. Because I actually had to buy it because I sold a bunch of it long ago. Yeah, so you get all the CDF scout stuff. Get all that, and then you have armor, and you haven't even you probably will have finished your mentorship by then. So I think that's a it's a good way for new players to play it. Now I gotta store this crap. I thought that was pretty good. So what do I have now? I don't even have 100 yet. Oh no, I have 101 basic stone extractors. It's just not enough. Sell this, sell this. Question is what to keep. Always keep the stones. Is this thin wool? It's thin wool. Yeah. Sock everything away. And then the other part of the next video is going to be covering, I mean, you think about, we get how much animal eye oil we get. Ugh. And you get tired of it. Animal muscle oil, animal eye oil. You know? But they think also for beginning crafters, because there's so much of this. I don't want to put this in the next video as well. You know, just make the basic simple one conductors out of it, right? So, yeah, just do simple one conductors. I think that's really the way to play when you're really beginning. You get the blueprint for simple one conductors, and they don't have epic markup or anything like that. It's just, you get so much. Oh, this isn't even going to show it. I hate it when it does that. It shows no markup for something that has tons of markup. Or just get so much animal muscle oil and so much animal eye oil that the way to do it is, if you want to get into crafting and stay, you know, with something that has markup, which is the simple one conductor, it's super basic. I don't know if I'd have to look. I'm not near a crafting terminal, but yeah, agreed. Yeah, I have a ton of them. Yeah, super cheap. And then like FAPs and so forth. I was in DSEC 9, just mining in DSEC 9 because I found that end matter mining in DSEC 9 tends to be pretty good. You get a lot more hits than you would normally, even though it's indoor mining. So the claims are much bigger. That's that's one of the cool things. Let me show you though. I found this FAP, and I thought it's the Hajoom, I think. It's one of the Toulon FAPs. So, oh, I hate this. There we go. Whenever I come to Aegis Mound, you struggle. Teleporter lag. Alright, where was it? No, it's here. There we go. It's this guy. The Fanus. Yeah, I found one of those on some level 2 mob. That was really cool. Because I've found them before, but see, it's not showing markup right now. It has 3,000% markup. So, you know, if it's a full TT value, Fanus, I mean, that's not much. Yeah, see, it won't show the markup. I don't get that. I don't know what's going on. What, times 3,000, so that's 300, right? So these sell for these have been selling for as much as 15 ped. Because they're awesome. Let's go and see what the Fanus is actually worth. Let's see if they have any for sale. Yeah, so this little guy, it's 5 pek, and they're selling for 2 ped, so yeah, that's a great deal. A little 5 pek unit, and if you look at there, see, now it's showing the markup. Oh, it's up to 4,000. You know, that's actually really, really good return. Wasn't 15 ped. What was I thinking? I calculated it wrong. So 0.05. So times 30 would be, yeah, 1.5 PED, 2 ped. So 1 2 ped. If you're a new player and you get a ton of these really crappy ones like this, man, it's you make your ped there. Keeps you in the game at least. Now, mind you, yeah, the majority of those are selling for a ped, but I think to your point, Scotty, is you know, like everybody should have a collection of Solomate Rubios, you know, and then these ModTech V100s, VTX 100s, just all the junk you get, because these are crappy little pistols, but they're great to go hunt low-level mobs with, you know. Hey, Via, what's up? Welcome back. Oh, yeah, good call. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I love that stuff. All right, let's just dump this and get our ped back, so. Yeah, I love a lot of that stuff. I know that a lot of people TT it, but I'll give it a little bit of time. You know, I'll stockpile that stuff. So I think it goes a long way. All right, let's see here. Where are we? Doing all right. That wasn't bad at all. So we got quite a bit of good stuff out of it. Well, we came out ahead. I mean, not with decay. So let's see. What was decay? What, we were at 4142. So if we repair this, yeah, 79 pack. Plus a little bit on the Buchan, so maybe a ped overall. Yeah. Of course I want to repair it. No, I want it to decay. And Buchan's is fine. I love the Falcata. Yeah, it's in bad shape. You know, it's been so long since I've had like a really good global. Usually when I get like when I just get a like your standard 50 peg global, I just instantly repair my armor. Right? Because I'm paying it back to Mindark, because that's where Mindark makes their money anyway. It's from repair. So, but yeah, and then when I get a Hoff, I buy a new AR Matrix every time I do that. But I haven't gotten a Hoff in a long time. I haven't gotten a global in a long time. Actually, it's been a struggle. It's mostly losing. Ped. I mean, I'm stockpiling stuff. My backstock of things like Canarium and Ignisium and so forth, they're good right now, but yeah, I'm just not getting the mining that I used to get, you know, the really, really good, like good runs where I was getting like 30% hit rate with stuff that you know you're gonna get. You know, you're going to get 118 to 100 and some odd % markup. So it's pretty frustrating. But you go through those dry spells, you know, and I hit the dry spells and I stop playing. So, well, and then work takes over and you can't. Sometimes you got to focus on everything else. And Adriano, welcome. Welcome to the live stream of Entropy Universe. We are going to go and do some mining real quick here, but I can't seem to get the game to respond. There it is. This game is so terrible. Yeah, see, it's teleporter lag. Takes a minute. There. We'll get back to the teleporter lag. Adriano. It's Adriano. Adriano. How are you today? Welcome. We're just chatting about, well, my lack of globals. I also don't pour a lot of ped into this game, so I don't cycle a lot. Go ahead, ask away. We have answers.
Small business heroes know threats can come from anywhere.
Please. Oh, you can't. You can no longer get Buchan's Blade. And the game... Oh, cancel. Cancel. Buchan's Blade was the guy at Camp Icarus who gives you Buchan's spare rifle. The mission used to be Buchan's Blade, but it's not... It wasn't really a good weapon for beginner players, and so they made Buchan's spare rifle. So it's frustrating. It's a cool little blade. It's not super highly efficient. I can't remember what the efficiency is. Let's do 55%. So it's not great, but it was really outside. If you look at these, knife fighter hit, knife fighter damage, level 3. This is not a good starting knife for new players. It just, you know, and it's a high ped value, where the TT, there we go, let's see. Yeah, the TT knife is much more accessible. I think it's a 9 ped knife. We can go look at that here. Let's get to the top here, though. It just isn't accessible. So they took it out of the game. They put in, Mindark put in Buchan's spare rifle, and then they put in the missions, the various missions from Lahar to Fort Sisyphus, I believe, and those are the ones that sort of replaced that. There we go, done. Let's take a quick look and see what that is. I think that's right. I think the weapon... That's the short blade, yeah. So it's much more efficient, and it's 9-ped. It's much more efficient than Buchan's 9-ped, and it's level 0 to start. So I would start with just the Castorian Survival End Blade. Buchan's blade is it's in the game, but it's no longer... you can no longer acquire it. I know it's a bummer. I love it. Still love that thing. Alright, let's go. Let's go Pig Bennis here. Yeah. Where is it? Okay, I want to go on the side here. Go right here. Oh, I always hate that. It won't do. Dino Island. Ooh, am I dropping frames? I'm getting the message here. 25%. Yeah, my pleasure. Absolutely. Great question. Absolutely great question. It's, I kind of wish there was a way to still do it. I wish there were certain things in the game that, you could, legacy stuff that you could still get, but then they, that's just part of the game. I'm glad that they didn't take it out, because that would have really sucked. Because I really enjoy that. I enjoy Buchan's blade as my sort of like quick switch. My quick switch blade. And I've never understood.
A whopper for her, for him, everybody.
I've never understood why the blades in this game need a trigger. And actually, we got to move around a little bit here. There we go. We need to go to... Yeah, we're on the right track. I know I could have taken the teleporter. I didn't do it. But if you look at it, if you look at these knives, they have a little trigger on them. What's that for? The hell do I need a trigger on a knife? But some knives in the game use ammunition. So you got to keep that in mind too. This Buchan's blade does not, and I know that the TT weapon does not use universal ammo. So, but there are some that do. So, all right. Last deal. We're gonna shut this down a little bit. We'll do a little mining for the next half an hour, and then I gotta be off to bed. The fireworks are over. Of course, there will be explosions of fireworks at 1 a.m. I'm trying to sleep, because that's when people are nice and drunk. They're ready to light their fireworks off. But we'll go... I always pronounce it wrong. It's Pemfredo, I think is what this is called. This is where Pig Bennis always would go mine. I don't know what he was mining with. He gets a lot of ignisium here. So we'll go F105. We'll see what's big here. If it's ignisium, there should be a lot of ignisium here, but we'll just double drop. There's some nick. Yeah. Actually, so there's an old trick for those of you who are still hanging out, and those who watch the VOD, this VOD later. If you ever watch Pig Bennis Bunker 3 or Strash. Oop, there we go, a little Root. All right, Scotty, here we go. If you ever watch those guys, they'll get a hit, and they'll drop right by that hit. This is an old tactic, and I have about 30% luck with this, that you get another hit, or a global, or a Hoff. So it's that's an old Strash Bunker 3 Pig Menace trick. For those of you who know who those people are, those Entropia players, that is something that they used to do pretty regularly. I know that the Bunker 3 still does it, because I watch him do it when he live streams mining, and I think it's still pretty cool. See, there we go. There's a big Ignisium right there. So let's kill this. So that's an 8. So this is what Pig Menace comes over, and he does this thing. He comes Pemfredo Island and crushes it. He just gets these huge hits, you know, and because he's using an amplifier. So he definitely knows where to go. So that's an 8. That's a nice little hit.
I'm what you call a boutique hotel. I'm looking to provide a more
I came to Pemfredo Island to follow in the footsteps of Pig Menace, and I just got this this medium, and no amplifier, so medium Ignisium right there just paid for probably this whole mining run, if I don't screw it up. Yeah, we got to do one more double. So there's some list. Oh yeah. All right, let's go crazy. All right, let's go double drop here. It's a good hit area. And there's some crude, so that paid for it. Nice. Yeah, there are lots of hits right here. This is a really good little claim area. Yeah, and there's some nick right there. So look at this. Look at all these finds. So that's 5 finds within, less than the range of this finder. You should remember this spot. We'll probably get an NRF right here, though. We'll give it one last try. 10 ped. Yeah. Nothing. Good. That's great. So, I am going to use my own advice, which I always give to other players in mining. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Because that Ignisium alone, just unamped, is going to pay for quite a bit of stuff. I mean, this will be... Yeah, it's just little stuff like that. When you find locations like this that have that are really good hit rate, call it good. Unless you really want to gamble it, but why gamble it, you know? I don't see any reason to gamble it. Now, if I'd had a... imagine how many globals would have gone off there if I'd been using like a level 7 amplifier like Pig Menace always does. Yeah, that would have been nice. But I always give that advice. Just quit while you're ahead. Drop 10 pedant probes. We're going to walk away with 22-ish. Nick and Ignisium. We still have another one to dig up. A lot of hits in a very, very short, very small area. It's given me back what I lost today. I lost a lot of ped. Yeah, 1190, 12 ped and Ignisium. And I think that's running, I mean, this is not the ingot, but yeah, it's still running at a...
I'd say about 20 million miles?
really good
I've been
markup.
all over.
Well, see, that's the thing that I have never, I don't think is, it doesn't work in my brain the same way efficiency works, like, say, for a weapon, right? So, that, I don't think it translates the same way. I think efficiency for mining amplifiers has more to do with your skill level. So the more efficient an amplifier is, ooh, there's a little ground fine. The more efficient an amplifier is, the better off you're going to be. Oh, I didn't pick it up. There we go. The more likely you are to get a claim. I don't have, other than my own experience, I don't have a lot of evidence for that. I think this is a question for King of Aces, and I wish King of Aces would weigh in on this, but King of Aces has already said not going to, basically, in so few words. So let's see, what was that? So here's 3 ped, 4, 9, 10, 20. So it came out quite a bit ahead, quite a few ped ahead. About 10 ped ahead. So that doesn't make up for all my losses today. Bummer. That was, honestly, that Ignisium right there will help a lot, because I have some Ignisium back stored. And I don't see any reason to continue to mine after you get one of those. It's like getting a global. Unless you've dumped in a lot of ped, chances of you hitting something really big are not very good. One day, though, Scotty, I am going to go after efficiency with mining amplifiers. So, agreed, Renovich, yes. That is absolutely what they do. But how does that become efficiency? The question is, the amount of increase to the claim is an obvious ped amount. But how efficient is that? And maybe your point is efficiency is how much percentage of that increase to claim size, how efficient is the increase to claim size? If that's the efficiency of a mining amplifier. But I don't know that, because there's no, I mean, you gotta have an incredible amount of data. And I think the guys like King of Aces who do this, who really and truly keep incredibly good track of Little Big Mining Log, who keep really good track of every claim, whether it's with an amplifier or not. Those are the guys to look at, because they can do the statistical analysis of that. I just don't have that data. And if I did, I would definitely make a video on that. Yeah, it's there is on the forums, there's a graph showing efficiency, but I still think it never answers the question. And nobody, and I've asked, the Planet Calypso forums, I've asked over and over and over. Yeah, maybe the efficiency is that the higher level efficiency of the amplifier, the efficiency of the amplification of the claim size. But I don't, again, like I said, I don't know that. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see somebody with way more data than I have sort of calculate that. There's a ditch here. I'm not trying to run through that ditch. Yeah, I'm not running through that ditch. Just trying to get some ground finds, and then we'll wrap it up. Yeah, everything in this game needs a lot of ped. That's the bummer. I will do more. Yeah, go ahead. Please ask. Go ahead. Yes. The answer is, if you have a level 3 amplifier, its amplification is 1 ped per resource. I think that's the question you're asking. Yes. So if you watch the one video where I'm doing the level 3 amplifier, just mining for crude oil, it's a ped for crude oil, despite the drop being half a ped, right? So yeah, the answer is for every resource. So a level 3 amplifier is 1 ped per mineral, 1 ped for energy matter and 1 ped for treasure, if you can mine for treasure. So let's drop one more probe as we go through here and see what happens. Probably get a global, right? There's a Listerium. Nice. That's funny. That's kind of hilarious, actually. Yeah. So yeah, if you were to do I use the level 3 because that's just the best example for what I have. But if I were to drop everything, or end matter, treasure, that's 3 ped just off the amplifier. Then you have what? It's 3 ped because you dropped all 3. 1.5 PED for treasure, half a ped for end matter, and then a ped for ore. So it'd be a 6 ped drop. But you got to keep in mind something. The amplifier so it wouldn't amplify every claim, right? So if you've got an ore claim, it's not amplified by all of the others. It's only amplified by 1 ped. It's only amplified by the amount that the amplifier spent for that one particular resource, if that makes sense. So they're all, whenever you find, if you find a triple find, each one of those finds was generated separately. They're not, it's just luck if you get 3 in a row. They're totally generated separately. They can't influence each other. Other than the only influence is you could get into the loot pool for mining. Oh, see, this is what I hate about Aegis Mount. It's just coming in and you bounce all around. What's happening? Spectrum, how are you? Welcome. Thanks for joining. Just did our delightful mining run here. That was a win. Welcome in. Alright, let's see here. So, what did we drop today? There we go, 13 ped. So that doesn't get me out of the 50 ped loss that I had earlier, but it certainly helps. We got a little other stuff here, so not in horrible shape for the day. Now we gotta squirrel it. Oh, actually, little squirrels. Alright, let's see. And then it was the weird value today that I don't know why I just did that. That was so stupid. I did this earlier today. I was trying to figure out, were Nick ingots worth, and they're not. They're worth 101. There's no sense in even bothering with Nick ingots. Oh, come on. This'll give me a... Yeah, what is that? So what are these worth? 138% markup. That's really good for Ignisium. Just squirrel it all away, baby. That is the way to do it. Yeah, so that's interesting that you bring that up, Spectrum. I do the exact same thing. I do not mine far from the edges of the walls in DSEC 9. My hit rate is much higher right on the walls. That's really interesting that you say that. So I'm assuming you're getting a better hit rate in DSEC 9 running the walls. And are you just getting oil and list, or do you see the Toulon resources as well? Because I will get Youd, Y-O-U-D, Youd resource quite often, but mostly crude oil. And then I get Listerium, but I don't mine for ore all that often in DSEC 9. I actually try to focus on just finding for end matter, because I get a lot of hits. Yeah, so I do really well on DSEC 9. I don't know why that is. Like, I usually come out about 10 pet ahead almost every run in DSEC 9. And that may be because they just haven't, the algorithm is applied there differently. I don't know. I mean, we don't want to give away the secrets, right? Even though that's the yeah, that's great. That's so smart. Yeah, that's a really good idea. All right, let's see here. What was I doing? Oh, we turned everything in. So we came out a little bit. We had actually a pretty good run. I thought that was pretty good. Actually, maybe let's do a little trick. Let's see if that'll hold for a second. Also, I don't know. Are those molemen, like those big beastie molemen, still over here? Or is that since Summer Mayhem, or since migration-ish stuff and things is happening? Let's go check. Spectrum, that's good to know, though. That's what's going on. I'm glad to hear somebody else is mining just on the borders in DSEC 9. It's definitely not a secret I want to give away. Of course, now it's in a VOD. Oh, no. We'll see. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, the Sabad's great. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. I wanted to do a bunch of that stuff. Yeah, the Molmen aren't over here anymore. Yeah, I think Toulon stuff is really good. People just don't actually know about it. There's so much cool stuff on Toulon. And honestly, it's hard. So one of my favorite finders is the Sabad M2. I love this finder. It does really good stuff. Where other finders just won't find anything, this one just is that perfect mid-range finder. And it's cheap and easy to make on Toulon. It's super easy to make. And its decay it has nominal decay. But mining's really straightforward. I think you're probably a success at it. You're making it complicated. I think mining's really I think it's straightforward. But yeah, the Sabad M2 is one of my favorite finders. And just sort of... Oh, I'm sorry, Scotty, you were saying that. Okay. Yeah, Spectrum, I was going to say, you can talk about... I don't know if you watch all of my other videos, but if you ever watch... I do a lot of border mining. I love to mine on the server borders. Because I think... I mean, you only get list and oil, but I don't care. You just get more claims. And for some reason, they seem really concentrated, so... Yeah, they do. They have a huge aggro range, there's no doubt. Yeah, I saw that. So my speculation is... see, there's a 3-pet list right there. My speculation is a new area opening in DSEC 9 will lead to Toulon. It'll have a portal to Toulon. I saw that coming up, Spectrum, and I'm like, yep, that's exactly what they're going to do. So you can go to Monria, and after you've done all the cool stuff... Yeah, yes. Yes. It's going to happen. Look at this. See, we're getting list. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I think the new DSEC 9 area is, once you've accomplished certain levels of goals in there, you're going to have access to Toulon from there. It makes perfect sense, right? To connect the two planets, you'd have to have a portal. And it'll be something really cool, like it's a wormhole, right? And you have to spend so many ped to open the wormhole. Maybe it's 7 or 10 ped. That would be really cool. Think about how cool that would be. So all I have to do now is go and hang out on... all I have to do now is go hang out on Monria, have some fun in Monria, and then teleport over to Toulon, or wormhole to Toulon. And since the wormhole is already part of the game, it makes perfect sense that they do that. God, I hope somebody's listening from the Virtual Sense team. We've got lots of good ideas here. I found pretty good. The loot on the mobs in DSEC 9 is pretty good. I've had some pretty good luck with that. Alright, let's see here. I'm burning down ped, but we're okay. Just having fun. Doing my border mining. With my Sabad M2 finder, my Toulon finder. Crafted finder, nonetheless. Let's see, how many claims do we have? There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nothing. Okay, we'll go back. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I still think... I still stand by my old advice for Toulon. I think once you're above level 40 mining, prospector, surveyor, and mining, then I think you're gonna hit. Then you start getting. Then Monria becomes accessible. I'm not there. You know, I'm just a little above 30 on all of those. So Calypso's great. But Monria, I think you need to be Monria, definitely above level 40, mining, prospecting, surveying, and then Hell and Arcadia Underground, and then maybe even FOMA. All of those are. You better be level 50 or above. To really get good hit rates there. I still stand by that. I still think that's very real. And I don't have that skill level. There's no way. But you see if you watch some of those yeah, exactly. But I do the same. I carry so I carry depth enhancers, you know, level 1s and 2s for my F105, my F101. But I think, you know, if you're using an F105, so let's just do the comparison, because I think this is sort of that, I think if you look at these two together, so if you look at the F105, your prospector skill needs to be 2.9, your surveyor needs to be 2.9, and then your treasure needs to be 2.9. That's really low, which is great. So this becomes a really good finder. At once you get above 30, it starts to become a really, really good finder, I think. But all right, Renovich, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Thanks for the questions. Always good to have questions. So then let's compare the F105 to the Terramaster. This is the reason I use the Terramaster, is that, you know, your prospector level is 14 across the board. So your levels. Prospector, surveyor, treasure hunter, 14. once you get past the learning period and you're getting the full depth for your average search depth, 741 meters is huge. Because now you're starting to get, you know, that 200 plus 220 more meters, which opens up a lot of resources and a lot of high markup resources. So I think this is really interesting. Once you get to about level 16 or 17 Prospector Surveyor, I think you should pick up the Terramaster 4. This is probably one of the best finders. Really, you get like 3,000 drops out of it before it decays. You know? Which is just awesome. For a finder, it's really, really good. So we spent 10 ped. How much have we made here? 820. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the F-105. Yeah, I thought the treasure hunt thing would go as well, but that really is an Arcadia. That's really an Arcadia thing, so... Cool! But think about all the resources on Toulon, like Nawa drops and Nawa fragments that you can hit. If you use the TT finder, you can get Nawa fragments, no problem, all the time, and lots of different locations. But they're tiny hits, you know. They're those like, oh gosh, they're under 30 peck, right? But I think what I've never seen is really deep hits, so like 1,000 plus meters, and I'd be willing to bet really, really deep on Toulon, you're going to start to see Nawa fragments. And that's going to be, that I want to get a finder that has an average search depth of 1,000, and then go to the place where you find Nawa fragments, because Nawa fragments are worth a lot. Yeah, I can't get those either, so I've been, good call, Spectrum, I've been using the Sabad finder blueprint to try to get the others, and I can't get it to work. So that's really good. I'm glad to see that somebody else is doing it. I anticipate that it's just going to be a hard blue. What's the other one's like the Mark III, right? There's a Mark III and like a Mark IV or something like that. Yeah, I'd love to see the other Toulon finders, because there's no data on them. There's no entries. Oh yeah. I don't even know what mine is at. I don't even have tier 1 yet. Tier 0.48. Well, an unlimited Sabad M2 would be pretty cool. I'll bet that blueprint probably exists. Oop, wait. This is Terramaster time. There it is. Alright. There we go. Remember I said I hadn't had a global in a long, long time? Wow. That was nice. 70 ped. You guys are good luck. Rhino's gone. Spectrum, thanks so much. Scotty, thank you. Via. See, you guys stuck it out. Stuck it out for the global. Actually, let's not dig that one up right yet. Let's go dig this other one up. It's funny, I'm sitting here talking about the Terramaster. The Terramaster is awesome. Let's look at that find. 70 ped's great. Let's look at that. Yeah, 897 meters. And the average search depth is, what, 7 something? What did we see that was at? Oh, it's close. Yeah, that's nice. You guys are great luck. Spectrum, Scotty, Via, Rhino. Love it. Great luck. It's because we weren't thinking. I wasn't thinking about it. We're talking about making those Toulon finders, which I really want to do. I've been trying to do that. I've been trying to make a video on that for so long. I've recorded so many attempts at making the Sabad M2. Yeah. Thanks, Vi. That's nice. 70 ped. Nice clean 70 ped to brighten up my day. It gets back my 50 ped I lost. Oh, yes. That's nice. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Spectrum. That's true. That is a tough thing. It's I'm gonna keep trying as well. I'm just gonna keep seeing if I can crank through it. But I think you need to do like 500 clicks of that Sabat M2, and then you might see those pop. The person to ask, I think, actually, the two people to ask Spectrum would be Forgo and Soul, and they're both on Rocktopia most of the time. Those guys have cranked through because they have money to spend. They've cranked through so many blueprints. I'd be willing to bet one of those guys has that blueprint, has one of the other Finder blueprints. Actually, it's really would be simple. Just get on Rocktopia and just see a Soul or Forgo's hanging out. They'll tell you if they've got them. And I think they're both really reasonable people, and they would sell it to you for a pretty reasonable price if you were interested in that. I know Forgo was on today. I saw him when I flew back from Rocktopia today. But that was the thing. But that was good. Nice end to the rough and tumble mining day. We had a good hunt there too. Broke even basically, only decay, and ended it with 70 petal Listerium. Not much I can do with the Listerium, but hey, that's great. But it is time for me to cut out because I do need to go to work in the morning. So always good to end on a global, right? So via Scotty, Spectrum, and all those who have stuck with me for the last couple hours, I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging, and we will see you with the next video, probably the Beginner's Crafting Guide episode 10. That'll be the end of it, and then we'll move on to, I think it's going to be taming. I think it's time for some beginner's taming videos. What do you think? We'll get back to that down the road. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I think you're right, Spectrum. That's where you get those too long BPs. You gotta grind them. I think it's Soul and Forgo. Those are the guys to talk to. So.